A very good evening, amazing delegates. Today, we are here with the most awaited event organized by AIESEC in NSBM. This is the Toolkit 2022. First off, let me give a small introduction on what AIESEC is. AIESEC is a youth-run organization which is spread over 120 countries, which helps improve leadership skills. Also, let me give another introduction on what this Toolkit event is. Toolkit is an event which is centralized with digital marketing. Now, we would like to get on and move with our partners and sponsors for this event. First, we have Arona Digital, which is here as a deluxe partner with us. Next, we have HomeSea, which is a youth partner for us. And Yukai Card, printing partner for us, and also Gumdrop gift partner, Finer gift partner. Now let me introduce you to our speaker, who is Ms. Juliana Jay, founder of Web Alliance Sri Lanka. Juliana Jay is a brand design and web industry expert with over 15 years of experience. She has worked for reputed brands such as Dell, Panasonic, and Nokia. She has conducted more than 100 programs in Sri Lanka to help develop the branding and marketing skills of others. Ms. Juliana, the virtual platform is yours.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your wonderful introduction. Really appreciate it. Good evening to everyone. I'm so excited to see you all today, and really I'm so glad to share my experience in the design. And today we are going to learn Photoshop, and really interesting tool. Then before I go into the session, I wanted to give a small introduction. First of all, I wish to run a small presentation. After that, we will go. This is not a long session, but anyway, I try my best to give a practical knowledge. Then if you have a Photoshop, you can keep on and make your session files ready. Then we can do a workout. Before that, I wish to run a small presentation. Then let me check if you can let me know if you can see the presentation. You can able to come to the chat. If you have a questions, you can raise your questions through the chat. I'm really glad to wish to answer your questions. Before that, I wish to show presentation first. And please let me know, who can let me know whether you can see my presentation. Anyone, the first person who can say yes in the chat. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Halhara. Thank you so much. And I'm so glad that, you can able to raise any questions in the chat. And especially when you do practical, I will give a time to do with me. Then really, I love to do a practical stuff. Anyway, better to run a small presentation before I do the session. Design is everything. Everything is a design, said by the Paul Rand. This is Juliana Jay, corporate trainer for brand design and digital marketing in Sri Lanka. When I look into the design, some people think design is a fashion or interior. Certainly, that's a part of it, but design gives more deeper meaning that design is idea and imaginations, and it's in everywhere. Day-to-day life, you can see design in many places. We see many things in the buildings or chairs or products, items, everything in a different shapes, in different colors and different patterns too. If we carefully focus, that's all a part of a design. Somebody designed by crafted, or some designers crafted or painted, but design's presence in everywhere. Mostly when the people who involved with the design industry, we call them as a designer. Some people love fashion designing. Some people do interior designing. But really, I love product designing. Product designs are one of the area that those people who do a design to create products with very innovative and user-friendly. Today, we are going to go deeper into the graphic design because we are going to learn Photoshop. Photoshop is a great tool to do a design. Then for the business, of course, you can use a graphic design to create your brand identities. Brand identities means something like brochures, e-flyers, your business artworks you can create with a Photoshop. Some people think design is an art, but I believe design is not just an art, it's more than that. Design will solve problems. You may think how design can solve problems. Generally, if you do a nice design, best design, even you can solve your business problems. Design is not limited to a digital world. Then I think this product design is more popular among during this Corona season, especially the food invention of leg press centralizer solved the problem of the hand operated device. Most of the people really got benefited of this design nowadays. And perfect launch of chair with a ergonomics furniture design will ease you and feel you comfortable while you work with a laptop. Then design can solve day-to-day problems, not only just an art. Today, really, you might be aware of Photoshop. Mostly the Adobe products are very popular all over the world. Then Photoshop, you can create a graphic design, and it has amazing tools with the editing. The photographers use Photoshop to edit the photographs, and some graphic designers, they do artworks for their businesses. It's an amazing tool, really user-friendly tool, not that much of complex. When you come into the graphic design, we can define that it's a craft where professionals create a visual content to communicate message. Really, I love this visual communication. If you do a good graphic design, it should communicate, especially for the business. This is very, very important. The reason is 90% of the information transmitted to the brain is visual. Rather than just giving a typing or rather than just giving instructions with the text, if you can insert one visual, it speaks more than the text. That's the reason when you see the business branding identities, they always place the logos everywhere where they can. Especially you can see that logo in the brochures, and really they will define the position also, and we will discuss that later. And they are branding bags and letter pads. Everywhere they will give that logo wherever the possibilities, because visuals can boost awareness for the business. That's very, very important. Visually, it should communicate. Still, I remember when my son was 3 years old, when we passed McDonald's, he will give a shout. I think sometimes you may also have that experience. He always tell, Amma, shall we buy this McDonald's? Shall I buy a burger? Actually, he don't know even how to read in that age of 3. But this yellow color M is communicating with him. That's one of the best branding, and that's one of the best visual communication. I don't want to explain about Nike. It's one of the popular brand. Then always when I see the logo, I really get into the sports. And you can see these, there's one of the best brand for the shoes, and really their products are very reliable and very highly, you can use it for a long time. That kind of impression I get it. Then here there's a lovely audience. I want to raise a question. When you see this pattern or logo, what kind of impression clicks to your mind? Can you share with me in the chat? Do you know about, most of the people might know about this brand. what kind of impression or how it's communicating with you when you see this logo? Could you please put it in the chat? What kind of impression you're getting when you see this pattern or logo, please? Yes, really, that's expensive and luxury. Yes, that's true. It's very luxury and one of the most expensive brand it is. What else you'll get it? So anyone can tell the brand name here? Expensive, like it. Yes. Anyone can? Yes, Louis Vuitton. This is one of the popular brand all over the world. What else comes to your mind? What kind of products they do? Yes, most of the people, bags and clothes. Yes, there are a lot of posh people here. Really, it's expensive and you can durable. You can use it for a long time. And when you see the logos, then most of the people are getting impression that it's communicating with you. The graphic design, if you do a good design, it will communicate. That's called a graphic design, is a visual communication. Photoshop we used to create brochure design, a social media content. Today, really, I wanted to do a design, a social media content for your business. Sometimes future you may start a business. Sometimes here, small, medium, small business owners may be here. Then nowadays, digital advertising is very popular. Then I love to create Photoshop in Photoshop the social media post. Then with Photoshop you can create flyer design, website design, and it has a lovely tools and graphics and effects you can do with the Photoshop. Before I get into the Photoshop, really I was just to discuss, there are a few things you have to decide before you do a design. If you take a social media post, then you have to follow visual hierarchy. Visual hierarchy is very, very important. Visual hierarchy means you might know from your childhood, you may write the headlines in a big letters. The subheadings will be smaller than that. That is the visual hierarchy. Otherwise, when you do a business artwork for your industry, you have to mention what you do first. Then what you do should be in a bigger font. That is the bigger font that you have mentioned. And if it's a service, you have to mention what kind of service that you are going to do. The second thing what you have to mention is what you offer. You have to give a very clear idea what kind of product or services you are going to offer. Some people, what they do, they want to put all the items what they said. Really, I'm not recommending that. Better to focus one or two products in the social media post. And some people, what they do, they always mention the features of the product, that it will be more cluttered. When you do a social media, Facebook post and all, it should be short and sweet. You have to list only the benefits of the products, not the features of the products. Then people will really get an idea. And not only that, the selection of photos also very important. When you select the photos, you have to show the images, people benefiting your product, something like this. You should not just put the photos of the product. If you can take these kind of photos, how the people using the products, it will get more engagement in the social media. Then initially you have to follow some hierarchy, visual hierarchy, well as you have to mention what you do, what you offer, how they can get in touch with you. Then you have to give a contact number or website address to get in touch. These three components very important when you do a design for social media. After defining the sketch, most of the designers always start with the sketches. Then if you are not a good artist, you're not an issue, then you can able to have a rough sketch in your paper before you do a design. Then you'll get more ideas when you sketch it. Then before you do a social media post, you have to just put a circles and squares and just see alignments, how you can format your advertisements. After that, you can able to move into the design. Especially when you move into design, you have some supporting elements are there that we call as a design elements. Then you can use lines for your design, colors, textures, size, and space, value, shape. Actually, it's a wide subject. But today, when we do a Photoshop, I really love to do more into shapes, because if you know how to handle the shapes, you can do many things in the Photoshop. Not only that, you can do a nice artwork for social media too. The shapes we can define in two types. One we call as a geometric shapes. Second we call as a organic shapes. And hope they will this session is recorded. Definitely they will share the screen, share the recording after that. And when you do a practicals also, you don't need to put the stress on yourself or try, but anyway, end of the session you will get the recording as well. And geometric shapes means is something like square, circle, and triangle and all. When you start, when you go to primary school, you'll start to learn with the geometric shapes. And the shapes that geometric shapes means that you can draw using a ruler or compass. But organic shape means you can draw freehand. For example, these kind of swirls. I don't know whether you have noticed this very popular element in the design. Spa or hotels, they use this kind of swirl design. It's a brush strokes, it's a hand drawn. But if you notice the starfish and maple leaf and all, you can find that in the nature. Then organic shape means you can find that in the nature or it's a hand drawn. If you look into the big brands, these are the big brands, you can able to notice they have used geometric and organic shape to build their brand identities. I wish to show you the HSBC. HSBC is a geometric design. Then wherever you see the HSBC artworks, you won't see any organic design with that. They always use geometric shapes and they won't mix organic shapes with that. But if you notice the Apple, they found the logo in the nature. Apple symbol is very nice design and very sleek also. And Twitter, they found in the nature. Olympic is a geometric design. The big brands, really, they found their logos in the geometric and organic shapes. If you look into the social media post even, we can use these shapes for our designs. This is one of the good example, the HSBC, they have used this shape and you can cut the images according to the geometric shapes and you can combine it and you can come up with a lovely design with the geometric shapes. These are the geometric designs. This is another type of geometric brooches. Just I want to show you so get an idea. But the last year you can say sometimes like a fashion, the design industry, especially the graphic design industry also every year the design concept may change. Last year, 2 years before, the mostly if you notice the artworks they used a triangle, especially triangle. But this year, mostly they are using circles too. Something like fashion, it also changed. This is another example for organic design. If you notice, these shapes very popular in the social media nowadays. Then today, really, I wish to take this shape, how we can create like this and how we can combine it. Then today we will work out with the Photoshop. And this kind of brush strokes and all, this comes under the organic shapes. Photoshop is a lovely tool to create. Really, I love these kind of curves and all. Today, I love to do a curve options with the Photoshop, and I just simplified and how to make it in a 1 second. Then let's learn the Photoshop. Then I wish to ask you, those who have a Photoshop, please open the Photoshop and say yes. And if you already open, please say yes. I'm going to share my Photoshop software now, and keep ready your images. If you manage to, first of all, I will tell you the steps. After you manage to work with that, then please say finished or done. Then I will proceed in the next level. Mostly I wanted to go with you, but sometimes I could not able to do a full coverage. But anyway, I try to go very slowly. I want to see how many of you are going to do first time. If you are first time user, could you please mention you are doing first time the Photoshop, the chat. And please say yes if you manage to open your Photoshop software. If you can see my yes, lovely. First time. And open it. Yes. Tushita is like a rocket. Do the board. Okay, there are many first time users are there. Then I love to go very slowly. Okay. Then most of the people seems the first time users. Then I wish to go a little bit slowly. And if you manage to do the step, you can able to say done. Then it will make me too easy to proceed in the second step. Then before you do a design, you have to know about the sizes. Then I already given this file to share with you all. Then when you look into the social media image sizes, you have to follow some measurements. Then there are profile photos. I hope you got this one. Landscape, this is the size, and portrait size and square size. Today, I wish to go with the square size. That's the most popular size in the Photoshop, in the Facebook marketing. And I wish to go with the 1200 into 1200 pixels. Then if you notice the Photoshop, as like other softwares, menu always listed in top, and the side you can able to see a toolbar here. Then sometimes if you feel some tools are missing, some panels are missing, you can able to find that under the window. The window option will give you to find the tools here. Then here you can find the tools as well as panels too. And if you just put the layers, before you do start a design, there's a main panel you always have to have in the right side. That is layer panel. Then first, everyone, please go to window and select layers. Window, select layers, and keep that in the side, because layers is very important. Today we are going to work with the layers. Then I'm going to repeat this. You have to go to the window and select layers. Window, layers. If you manage to find this, please say yes in the chat. Then I can see that you are managed to got it. Yes, Nikita. Window, layers. That's the way you need to open the layer panel. Later I'll tell you how you can work with this. Then we will set the page now. And you have to go to the file and set new. If you want to create a page, sometimes you may have a different softwares and app, not to worry, because I took a basic app because that will be easy for you all to pick up. Then if you want to see other options, you have to right click on this, then only you can see each set of the tools here. If you right click, otherwise if you click on the small triangle over here, you can find all supporting tools in the same family group. And this is the way you can right click and you can able to find this other tools options here. Right. Now I'm going to set the page now. You have to go to file, new. We are going to create a Facebook marketing post, and the name, of course, you can able to put FB post and select custom. Sometimes if your interface is different, select custom on top. Otherwise, you can select one of the streams, say custom or web. Just click on the if you are using very latest one, you'll get print, web, and all. Click on the web, and you can able to set the sizes over here. And you have to select pixels here. Pixels is the measurement type that we use for the web-based graphics. Photoshop, you can do two types of graphics. One we call as a web graphics, other one we call as a print graphics. Web graphics always should be do with the pixels, because pixels only the digital device can identify. But inches, of course, it should be, it's for the print graphics. You can use inches and centimeters. I'm selecting pixels first. Before I do the setting of width, I'm setting pixels over here, and 1200 into 1200. Resolution is very important part for the artworks. Generally, if you want to do the print graphics such as brochures or paper advertisements, you have to use 300 resolution. Then only when you print, it will be very clear and sharp. But when you want to do artwork for social media, especially Facebook, you have to use 100. Generally, web-based graphics, if you want to do a websites and all, we do 72 resolution, but I'm increasing resolution 100 reason. Facebook, it has a compressing engine. What they do is when you upload the image, they will reduce the file size. Then you will get a little bit of dull look inside. To avoid that, if you want to do a Facebook marketing or Instagram post, better to have a resolution 100. That's very important. Then resolution, I'm taking 100. Color mode should be RGB color. Then there are other colors, two types too here. Then bitmap for a black and white artworks. For example, if you want to print something in a white color page, in a black color text, the best option is a bitmap. Grayscale, if you want to print something in a black and white photographs, you can able to use grayscale. RGB is for the digital artwork, something like if you want to create a website or Facebook, or if you want to design some website banners, you can able to go with RGB. CMYK for printing purpose, especially editorials or any brochures, you have to go with the CMYK. Lab color is for if you want to create a professional PDFs, the best option is a lab color. You can do professional PDF profiles with the lab colors. Then I'm selecting RGB color for the social media post. Bit also plays the major role. 8-bit is for web-based graphics, 16-bit for print graphics, 32-bit for photographers when they if you manage to do the setting. But don't be panic, don't be sad. If you can't do it, you'll be getting this recording after the session. This is your practical time. Then I will be doing the next. Yes. Then I'm going to click OK here. Then you'll get that page. This is the 1200 into 1200 size. Then this is the way you will get it. But first of all, we are going to create an artwork for a vegetable. Nowadays, there are lots of small business raising this country because they need to have a side businesses. Then even though during the corona season, delivery services you may came across, then I wish to do one of the posts for those who sell the vegetables. Then I wish to select the colors. This colors is very important. Then mostly you can able to select the industry color, or it depends on the logo colors too. Then if I have a time, we'll discuss about the color later. Then I will go into the practicals more. Then I wish to open and show you how to insert an image and how to insert it. And if you want to open an image, you have to go to the file and open. Then you will have got these images. If you got the images, you have to extract the files and keep it like this. and I'm going to open an image under the fixed folder. The first image I'm going to open wedge.jpg. This is the image I wish to open, wedge.jpg. Please click on this and I'm going to open this. And I will ask you to, I request you all to open this image. You have to go to the file, open, and please select wedge.jpg. If you manage to open, please mention the chat yes, then I can able to proceed the second level. You have to go to file and you have to check out file, open, and select the image from the folder. Yes, Shanuka is managed to do that. How about others? Photoshop is okay with that. Right. Then first tool that really I wanted to show you is a move tool. Move tool is the tool will help you to move your images. Then you may think, where is your page? Your page is somewhere here. Then if you click on this, you can able to find your page here. If you click on this wedge.jpg, you can see the image here. Then if you want to insert the image, you have to bring this image on the middle. Then only you can drag and drop. Then for that, I'm using the first tool that you're going to learn is a move tool. You're going to click on this tool and you're going to bring this down, something like this. Okay, then you can able to see the image and the page as well. I'm going to repeat the step now. Please have a look. You have to select the move tool, click on the wedge.jpg, and just keep on pressing. Press tightly and bring that on the middle. After that, if you want to insert this, click on the caret wherever you want on the image and drag and drop to the canvas. This is the way you have to insert the image. Let me do it. If you are okay, you can able to do it again. Those who feel difficulty, you can have a look. First, open this image, take this tool, just click on this add sign, keep on pressing and drag and drop to the canvas. After you don't need to have this image, you can able to close this and adjust the screen, something like this. This is the background I wish to put. This is your practical time. If you manage to do, please let me know. I will wait till you say yes. Prabhat managed to do that. Nice to see. Yes. Then if you notice, this is the layer panel I already mentioned. The right side, you can able to see the layer panel. Then when I insert this image, you can see automatically the new layer has come. The layer is a very important aspect. Later also, I will tell you why we need a layer panel. Then this is the image. I'm going to use it as a background, but you can able to put image with a color also. Later, if the time permit, I will show you other type of image background creations. Then I'm going to open another image and I'm going to put inside here. I'm going to open an image of man.jpg. We are going to practice it, how to insert it now, and we are going to cut that too. Then please open man.jpg under your folder. Click on that and open man.jpg. And I'm going to take the same way. I'm going to use the move tool and I'm going to move it like this. Please insert that and say yes. I'm going to show you how you can make this man a little bigger and how we can make it sharp also. Yes, then if you notice, there's a two images listed now. One is a layer 1, you can see the background here, and layer 2, the man is placed. Then if you want to work with the background, if you move the man here, it will move because the layer is selected. But if you want to move the background, you have to select layer 1. Then only you can work with the images. Then before you do any work, or when you want to assign any jobs to particular images, you have to select the layers before you drag or edit it. Then you have to select layer 2, then only you can move it. Now, if I move the background, it won't move because reason the layer 2 is selected. Then it might be a difficult process if you have nearly 100 images, 200 images. You have to scroll it and you have to find the layers. That will be very difficult for you. Then Photoshop made easy. If you click on the move tool, you can find on the option bar. This is called an option bar. Sometimes if you don't have an option bar, you can go to the window and you can able to select options here. This is the way you can get an option bar. The option bar is very, very important. We learn window layers here. The option bar, you can see all the properties of these tools. And if you click on the move tool, one of the options you can see auto select. This is, if I want to say, this is almost like auto gear car. If you click on the auto select, you don't need to depend on these layers. If you just click on the image, you can able to see that layer 1 is getting selected. If you click on the man.image, it gets selected. This is a wonderful option. You can select just by clicking, you can select and you can move. You don't need to come to here if you select auto select. Always remember, before you do any design in Photoshop, make sure the auto select is selected. Then if you just click on the image and you can able to move it. This is the way you have to move it. You may think the layers, what else we can do? Then with the layers, you can order your images. That means we are going to share like this. We are going to drag this up and you can able to see it's behind now. If I move this layer, you can able to see the man image because it's bring back front. Then layers also used to order your images. That's possible with the layers. Then now I'm going to work with this image already auto select selected. I'm just going to click on that and I'm going to option called edit menu, free transform, edit, free transform. That's an option. You can make this image bigger. I'm going to click on this. Then you can able to see the 6 small squares over here. You can make it bigger, and always when you make it bigger, keep that in the corner and drag like this. Then the proportion won't be an issue. Otherwise, here and there it will be stretched. And keep it in these corners and make it bigger, something like this. And finally, you have to click twice. That means double click, or you have to click one of these tools to activate this. I'm going to say apply like this. And you can able to apply. This is the way to apply. Then I'm going to repeat this step. If you feel difficulties, please observe. I'm going to say edit, free transform. I'm going to the corner here and just I'm going to drag like this. I can able to make this way, and I always use double click. It's easy. Twice I'm going to click and I'm going to apply like this. Please make it a little bigger and please let me know by using free transform. The shortcut of the tool is Control T. You can use Control T too. Prabhat is like a rocket. He's so fast. That's good to see. And we'll wait for others also. I'll give it time for the practicals, the practical sessions. Those who managed to finish, please let me know. Then after that, what I really want to do is I want to remove the backgrounds. Then if you want to remove the background, it's a one colored background. There's a tool, the second tool that we are going to learn how we can remove the background. Then in the toolbar, you can find a tool called Magic Wand tool. But sometimes you can't find the tool it might have with the quick selection tool. If you right click on that, you can find the tool, Magic Wand tool here. Okay, you can press W also. Then if you right click on this Magic Wand, so one of the amazing tool, if it's a one colored background, easily you can delete this. After selecting, yes, we will sharing the Kalyani, the recording, the administration will be shared that. Then I'm going to select this Magic Wand tool and I'm going to click on this. You can able to see the dotted lines over here. Don't click on the man, click on the background. After that, you are going to press delete key on that. Okay, you have to press the delete key to remove that. Then still the dotted lines are remaining. Then if you want to remove the dotted lines, you have to use the shortcut. The shortcut is Control plus D. If you use the shortcut, you can able to remove these dotted lines. That's called marquee lines. I'm going to repeat. Let me repeat again. Then you have to select a Magic Wand tool, click on the background, and press delete key on the keyboard. You'll get the dotted lines over there. To remove that, press Control D on your keyboard. Please try out and cut the backgrounds over here. If you feel if I want to repeat, please let me know. I can able to repeat. Oh, good. That's great. Everyone is okay. But I want to give you a small idea. Sometimes when you take a photograph in your camera or phones, better to do a one setting. It will make your photograph more professional and sharper. Then quickly, I want to show you how to do that. Then if you want to balance, all the photographs consist of black and white color. Then if you balance the black and white only, you will get you have to click on this image because I'm going to select the image and I wanted to go to the image adjustments levels. You have to go to image adjustments levels. Then now you are going into a little bit deeper in Photoshop. Up to now, you learn all the tools. Then I am going to show you some image corrections and editing options as well. Then I just wanted to put to you the step image adjustments levels. Then if you go to this option, adjustments, levels, then you can able to see this panel. That's the first one. Don't try to check out the output levels. You have to adjust the input levels in that. Then you can find a black color area here. If you drag this, black color will get balanced. What I'm going to do is little by little, I'm going to drag this. Don't make more darker underexposed image. This is too much of black. It's not should be like that. Little bit you have to add it like this. Then it gets sharper. But white also you have to add with that to get a brightness. Then little bit you have to add it. But you see the outcome and just the common sense you can realize it. But don't apply this kind of like 183 and all. This is too much. This is called overexposed image. It means too much of light. Then you have to bring back like this. And you can able to adjust this way. Right? Then I'm going to say OK for that. Then now it looks better than before. Then what I did was I just go to the image, adjustments, levels, and you can able to set the levels a little bit here and adjust it here and make it more sharper. Please let me know if you're okay. If I won't repeat, I can repeat it too. So the mile is fine. Wait for others. Step is image, adjustments, levels. Chamarios, good. That's okay. These are the very basic setting to work with the images. Now you got into how to insert the image and how to order the image and how to enhance the setting of the image brightness. After that, I wish to go about how to select the colors. That's very, very important because if you want to select the colors, you have to select the colors in appropriate way. Then nowadays, those days really we struggle to select the colors. Nowadays, everything made easy. Then I wish to introduce a tool called a Canva color balance tool because always, if you notice, before I go into the colors, I wish to show you the brand identity options in the Facebook and all. You always see a footer, standard footer for most of the brands. They will follow the brand identity placements. For example, I will share you, then you can able to understand what I'm referring actually. Okay, please see this post. Anyone can see the post which I am sharing. Soft Logic Furniture. Can you see the post? You can say yes to me. Can you see the post which I shared? Soft Logic Furniture. Yes. Then if you notice, like this. If you go, they will remember the style of some I hope you are with me. Sorry for the interruption. I had a small coverage issue. Hope you are okay. If everyone is with me, can you hear me? Everyone is with me? Are you lost in London? Still with me? Yeah, I will see. Thank you. Then we can also able to, if you do a Facebook marketing post, you also can create, hope you can see the Photoshop now. If you can't see the Photoshop, please let me know. You also can create a footer, standard footer for you. If you can't hear or anything, please let me know. Then hope you'll be okay now. Then we are going to create a small footer here. Then I'm going to use the shape. I already mentioned we have two types of shape. One is a geometric shape, another one is organic shape. Initially, I'm going to show you how you can work with the geometric shape. The geometric shape, of course, if you go into the toolbar, this is your toolbar here, and if you right click on it here, you can able to select rectangle tool. There's a division in the toolbar. The first section, the tool is something like this, the selection tools. The second option is editing, especially you can do a photo editing, and mostly we use it for editing, and brush also you can use it create to do illustrations. And these, of course, you can able to do a formatting with the text and all. These are useful, especially the navigation tools. You can use it to zoom and select, and you can select the colors. These are the sections you will have for use of to create a design. But now I'm going to show you go with the third selection, shapes. If you would right click on this, you can select a rectangle tool here. I'm going to select the rectangle tool. And I wish to select the colors. Then if you want to select the colors, as I mentioned, you can able to easily find an option called Canva or color wheel option. Then I wish to discuss about color theory also. Then that will be easy for you all to select the colors for your business. Then I wish to share this link with you all. Then when you have time, you also can access and you can able to select the colors from this Canva color wheel. Then if you notice, if you want to select the colors, there is a combination of colors. Then some people don't know how they can get the combination for their artworks. Then there is a combination color we call as a complementary color scheme. The complementary color scheme, it works always opposite color. Some artwork, if you notice, it will get very bright look and more prominent. And because reason is they always use opposite colors here. Then this of course we call as a complementary color. Another type of color we call as a monogrammatic color scheme. That color scheme little bit really I don't like much. Monogrammatic color means you can't get much vibrant look in your artwork. Sometimes they will take the same color variations with light color, dark color, lighter than that, and it will get a very harmonious look. Especially it's good for NGOs or especially the educational sector. You can able to select monogrammatic color. Another popular type is analogous color. Analogous color is something like side-by-side color wheel. Then you can able to see which is listed in the side-by-side. And this also something similar to monogrammatic color scheme. And triadic, this is one of the popular. Triadic and tetradic is a very popular color scheme you can able to see nowadays in the artworks. Then triadic means the evenly spaced color, the three colors which is evenly spaced like this. Then this also will give you a very vibrant color for your artwork. And some people sometimes they select 4 colors for the artwork, but most of the brand designers advice is don't select the colors more than 3 because it looks a little bit cluttered if you select the colors more than 3 colors for your artwork. If you can select one is a primary color, the 2 secondary color, your artwork will start is here in the color wheel list. Really, I love this part. You can able to select, if you already select this green as your basic color, you can able to see like the color here. Then you can able to check how would be the complementary color scheme. It will be green and purple. This is the complementary color scheme. And tetradic color, this is the tetradic color scheme. And not only that, tetradic means the color scheme will be like this. Then here also you can see what are the matching colors. And if you want to pick that color, you can able to see copy the color here, and you can able to come back to the Photoshop. You can able to get back here, and you can able to select the color here, foreground color, and you can able to place the color scheme here, but we have to remove the hash tag. This way also you can able to select the color scheme for your artwork, because sometimes if you're not if you don't know how to select the color scheme, you can able to use Canva color scheme. So one of the good color options is you can select the colors. Hope you can able to see my Photoshop presentation now. Now I'm going back to the shapes. Then I wish to select a green color because something is depends, especially I will design for a vegetable shop. Then I selected this option. Some people, what they do is they click on the middle, then you'll get 100 and 100 sizes, but it's a specific size. Don't click like that. If you want to have a rectangle kind of shapes, click outside and drag like this. Then you'll be getting a rectangle shape. If you want to make it a little bigger, you can able to go to edit, free transform, and you can able to make it bigger too. This is one kind of footer I wanted to show you. But if you want to delete anything, you can able to select like this. You can press delete key. And everyone, please try the rectangle shape and please drag like this. And please create a small banner like this. This is your practical time. Please let me know if you managed to. So the Manis managed to do that. If you have any problem, please let me know. Yes, Prabhat is fine. Right, done. Then this is a geometric design. If I leave like this, it will be a geometric design. But I love to make this little bit of curve, and I like the sleek design. Then I wish to change the geometric into organic. Then if I want to make that, I'm going to select this layer and I went to the edit menu and transform path, and I'm going to the option called wrap option. I'm going to repeat the step. If I want to make the rectangle into curve shape, I'm going to edit, transform path, and wrap option. Edit menu, transform path, and wrap option. If I click on that, you can able to see the nearly 4 points over here. And let me know if you manage to add this. I'm going to show you how to work with that. I'll repeat the step again. Edit menu, transform path, wrap option. Done. Camera is super fast today. Yes. Edit menu, transform path, and wrap. Others, how about you all? You're with me, or are you okay? Anything you feel you want to ask? You have to click on the wrap option here. Then you can able to see these points. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the third point. There's a 4 points over here. Then I'm going to click on the third point and just drag down. And there's another handler here too. Then I wish to adjust the curve, something like this. Then you can make the geometric design easily into organic design, something like this. Lastly, you can make it a curve. And if you want to activate this curve, you can able to say double click on this. And you can able to activate the curve here. If you want to repeat this again, please try out and see. You can say edit, transform path, wrap. I'm going to the third option to drag like this. And I'm going to drag this way. Easily you can able to make this as an organic shape. If you will have a question, you can able to ask. And if you feel difficult, if I want to repeat, please let me know. Yes, I will, Lakshya. I'll do that again. I'm going to show you again. Please have a look. Then if you want to go for the steps, you have to go to the edit menu, transform path, wrap. This is the step you want to go. Edit menu, transform path, wrap. Then you will find nearly 4 options of points on top. Then I'm not clicking here and here. I'm going to click on it here. You have to drag this way to bring that down. And you have to click here to drag to make the curve a little bigger. You can adjust this handler nicely, whatever the way you like. You can able to adjust these 2 handlers. This way you can able to adjust it. And you have to double click to activate that. Welcome, Lakshya. If you feel if I want to repeat, because sometimes the first time you may do, but don't worry, you have a recording also. But if you feel difficulty, please let me know. I love to repeat again. Everyone is okay with the step, or I may have to repeat? Are you okay? Okay. Then if you notice here, after doing this, there's a big gap under map. This is called a balance of the design. That means there's a negative space over here. My eye is going is too much. Then you have to put another object, or you have to make this man bigger. 2 ways you can able to manage. Then I'm going to make this person a little bigger, because if you eliminate the negative space only, you can able to get a professional look. Now I'm going to show you how we can make this man bigger. As you all know, the free transform. And I selected this image and I'm going to make it a little bit bigger, something like this. Then he gets more prominent than before. Okay, then quickly my eye is going to this person and the vegetable. You can able to make this little bit bigger and let me know. So it's done. Yes. Then I wish to go with another shape over here because better to have a logo, or we can put the objective, what you do here. Then I'm going to select another shape called ellipse tool. Ellipse tool is the third tool that in the shape tool. I'm going to select it here, and I'm going to drag something like this, and I'm going to have these tools something like this, and I'm going to make it a little bigger, free transform, and I'm going to have it here. This way you can able to place it, and you can able to write fresh vegetables and healthy vegetables or something inside. Then before we go into the text, then you'll just please try this circle over here. We can able to change the shapes as well later. Let's select the circle. And please place the circle somewhere here. Yes, I can show it again. I will delete this circle. If I click on this, you can delete it. Take the circle under the shape tool, the third option, and I'm going to click and drag like this. You can able to have it like this. Here you can able to mention the title of the product or services. So everyone managed to do the circle. Shall I show you other technique which we can change, how we can change the colors of the shapes and how we can able to write it on it. Please let me know if you're okay. It's okay. It's done. Right. If you want to change a color, or if you want to take a copy of the shape, how we can make it, then I'm going to use some shortcuts now. Now I'm going to select a move tool over here. And I'm going to click on this shape, and I'm going to press the Alt key, and I'm going to drag like this. You can able to see, you can take a copy easily. How you will take a copy of the shapes, you'll take the move tool over here and click on it here and press the Alt key on your keyboard, Alt. Otherwise, if you're using Mac, it's Option key. And I'm going to press the Alt key, and I'm going to take this up. You can able to take a copy. If you want to change the color, you have to come to the layer panel. This is the layer I'm working. You can able to close the vision eye, and you can able to see the visibility eye here. And if you want to change the color, on the layer you can see a square shape over here. You can double click on this, and you can able to change the color of these shapes like this. This is the way you have to change the color. But it's overlapping, and I'm going to put this down, and I'm going to make this shape, and I have repeated shape like this. And then if you just move the shape, you'll get this shape. You can able to free transform like this. If you turn this, it will be a different design. If you turn like this, you'll get a different design. Many ways you can change the shape. Then I'm going to repeat these steps. First of all, you want to know how to take a copy. You have to click on this and press the Alt key on your keyboard. You can take a copy. If you want to change the color, twice you have to click on that and select the color over here, and you can able to order that to get it more, align it with the free transformations. This way you can able to align it too. Just try out and let me know. if you want to repeat, if I want to repeat the steps, please let me know. I can able to repeat the steps. About this, okay, how about others? You will manage to take a copy. You can able to take a copy from, press the Alt key and you can take a copy and can able to insert it like this. Right, then if you want to select the fonts, also plays the major role for design. Then you want to know how you can select the fonts for your design. If you want to select the fonts, there is a different types of fonts are there. And I will show you how you can, yes, I will be showing you how to change the color now. After that, I'm going to the fonts. If you want to, can you see it with me? Can you see? I'm sharing my Photoshop again. And if you want to change the color, select the shapes here and come to this icon inside. You double click on this and can able to change the color like this. Let's say okay. Okay. But if you want to make it transparent, in the layer panel, there's another option called opacity. If you do a little bit, you will get the transparent option. It will be looks mostly design. You can use opacity here. Really, I want to just type the call action here, what we do. And here, of course, I want to mention the shop name and the telephone number. Then I want to select the font. And if you want to select the font, you have to know about font families, how you can select the fonts for your design. Then I wish to run a small presentation about fonts. It will help you when you do the brand identities in the future. Can you see a presentation? If you can see a presentation, please let me know. Yes, can see. Thank you, Hussein. Then before you select the fonts, you have to know about the font families because fonts plays the major role. Then if you apply the font only, the proper font only, you will get a professional look. Then there's 4 types of font. The one we call as a serif fonts, other one we call as a sans serif and script and display fonts. These under these 4 options only, all the fonts we can able to include. Then serif fonts means you can able to see the big brands such like HSBC, Volvo, Sony and all. They have used serif font. The serif font always give you a trustworthy and traditional look. The serif fonts means you can imagine our Times New Roman. Times New Roman is one of the good example for serif fonts because the edges are pointed. All the edges will be pointed. Not only that, anyone can tell me the CK also using serif font, George Armani. Anyone can tell me there are lots of hotels in Sri Lanka used serif fonts. Have you seen these kind of fonts which in Sri Lankan hotels, especially in Kolpiti, you can see many hotels with these fonts. Anyone can mention? Have you seen with these fonts? You will have ideas. There are lots of hotels with this serif font. Anyone knows? Have you all noticed when you travel, even near to Gold Face, there are many hotels use this font, serif font. Yes, Hilton is a serif font, probably yes. Hilton, and there are many. When you travel, because if you are a designer future, if you want to be a designer, the very important attitude should be observation. Then wherever you go, observe the signboards, how they use the fonts, what kind of fonts they use. Hilton, Taj, and Galadari, everything is a serif fonts. Really, it's a very popular font type. Serif fonts, popular serif fonts are Bodoni, Garment, and Advanced. These kind of fonts the serif fonts. Then if you really love to know about this, I will be sharing this presentation with you all. Then they will send you, they can able to send to you. I don't know whether I will discuss about that. If possible, they will send it to you by email when they send the recording. I'll be sharing this presentation because future this will be very helpful for you to apply the fonts with these families. And there's another type of font we call a sans serif font. It's 90% of design done with the sans serif font family. One of the very famous font is Helvetica, and it will give a very sleek design because the edges are not pointed. Edges will be very sharp. It's not pointed like this. Very flat edges. That's called a sans serif fonts type. These kind of fonts are very popular in the sans serif. If you really use these kind of fonts, you'll get a very professional look. Another type of fonts we call as a script font, and this is something like handwritten font style, and Kellogg's and very popular brands, Coca-Cola, used a script font and will give you very luxury look and feminine look too. These are the fonts that comes under these two are very popular, the script fonts. You can download it freely in the internet, Bambusa and Stick, very popular font styles. Another type is a display font. Display font is unusual shapes and letters. You can able to make it. If you visit Goa and all, you can able to see the very authentic hotels. They have displayed the signboard with these kind of fonts. Very nice fonts, really. I love these kind of fonts. The very popular display font is a Town. If you have a time, you download and keep it. Nexa Rust, lovely font. You can work with a wonderful design with that. These are the small idea about fonts because font is very, very important. Then only your design will looks more professional. Then I'm going to show you how you can work with the text. If you want to work with the text, I hope you can see the Photoshop now. You'll be back to Photoshop. And if you want to work with the text, you have to come to the T option here. And you have to click on it here. Then you can able to get this step line. First of all, what you have to do, you have to go to the T option and you have to click on it here. And I'm going to type, when you type, sometimes you won't get anything recent. You have to see the option bar here. My banner color and the font color is same. You have to initially change the font color over here. Then only easily you can type. Then I'm going back here and I'm going to change the color over here. And still it's not visible reason. My layer is listed below the rectangle, this option. Then I have to order the layer. Sometimes if the layer is not visible, you have to see whether it's ordered below the layers. You have to order properly. I'm going to type Sunil Veggies. This is the name of the shop, Sunil Veggies. Then I'm going to make it a little bigger. Bigger like this. If you want to make it bigger, you have to highlight like this. You can able to change the color over here, and you can able to change the font style over here. I have selected Lobster font, but if you don't have that font, not to worry, just select whatever the font you have. Later you can able to download Lobster as one of the popular font. You can able to use it for the many options. But still, there's a gap between the veggies and all. And I'm going to highlight this. I'm going to the character panel. It's a very important panel under the window characters. You can able to see the characters over here, and you can able to align this and make the spaces a little bit lower. Character panel always is a good panel to make it a little bit closer to the first line. If you feel this is too much, you can even type it. personal veggies, you can able to put that here, and here I'm going to type fresh vegetables. And you can able to make it second one little bit smaller. This is the way you have to work with the text. Just simply you can work with the text, and better to put the contact number also. You can say call us. You can use some other font for the call us, because this font is not good font for to put the call option action. Call us. So this number, I don't know which number is this. Then I'm going to make it smaller. And another popular font I always use, Railway. Just check out and see. Railway font will give you a nice Railway. These are the popular. Lobster. All the designers must have these fonts. Lobster, Roboto. These are the very popular font. You can use it for your design. There are many, but these are the fonts mostly the industry will use. You can able to put this here, make it a little bigger. Like this, you can able to adjust the sizes over like this, and I'm going to make this bold a little bit. Then you can able to select the bold option this way. But here, of course, I have used the working with the font is very simple. Even though you can follow with the recording too, then you get the recording. And here also you can able to make the shapes unusual. This is just a triangle. I have used it. And if you want to make it a little bit a different shape, you can use the warp tool. Today you learned the warp tool, even though you can able to just change the shapes like this as well. I think nowadays these kind of shapes are very popular in the social media. Different way you can able to change the shapes. Some unusual shapes also possible. Different shapes you can come up with. You can able to use these kind of shapes too. But today really I wanted to cover the basics of Photoshop. In a 1.5 hours it's impossible to cover everything. But what are my objective is working with the shapes. By using the shapes, you can able to create very simple and sleek design. And today we worked with how to open the image and how to manipulate the image and how to use the text, well as how we can change the shapes in a different way. Then these are the things today I wish to show you. Anyone have any questions, you can able to raise the questions. And if it is not, I can able to hand over to AIESEC team. Anyone have any questions or doubts, you can able to raise. You can able to chat if you have any question, or if you feel that I may have to repeat. I'll give you a few minutes. If you have any questions, you can able to ask. Then I want to show you how to save as well. If you don't have a question, I can able to show you how to save. Do you have any questions? I may have to repeat any steps. Okay, seems all fine. If you have any question, you can raise in the chat. And please have a look. If you want to save this artwork for your social media, you have to go to the file and save as, file, save as, and you can go to the desktop and make this more than JPG, better to save this in a PNG format. PNG format will give you a little bit more quality than JPG. Especially Facebook, I prefer to go with the PNG. Most of the social media designers, we go with the PNG than JPG. Save the post as a PNG and save this. And when you do the PNG option, make it compression none. If you make the compression smallest, it will be a little bit dull look will be there. Make it none and say okay. Yes, there's a question. Miss, can you do again the visible text box? Yes, the text box, of course, you have to take the T here and you can able to highlight this and just type like this, and you can able to increase this If you want to move, you have to move this way. And well as if you want to change the color, you can able to change the color from here also possible. Some people use the color from here, and you can able to make the color, change the color somewhere here. Come in here, change the color. Okay. Then you are asking about ordering. The ordering means, let me know, this is the way you have to order. Okay, the visible is you are referring the ordering, I feel. Then it was like this before. I think it was like this before, it's not visible. I made it visible because you have to check which layer you're working with. Your layer is here. This is your layer. It should be above this layer. What you have to do, you have to come back and click on this text layer and you have to bring that up. This is the way you have to make the order your layers up. You're okay with that? Okay. Okay, yeah, good. Then anyone have any questions? So otherwise I can able to hello, thank you so much. Okay, thank you so much for participating, Sanamali. And I wish to hand over this to the AIESEC team. Thank you so much. And really, I had a great time with you all. And if any questions or anything, you can able to email to the team and I can able to get back to you even after the session. Thank you. So over to you, AIESEC team. Thank you, Prabhu. You're welcome.
Thank you, Madam, for an informative session. So I hope all the delegates had an understanding of how to design flyers professionally through Photoshop. And ma'am, we've been getting texts and from different delegates that the session is actually very interesting. And even in the chat box, people are there's typing in that the session is really interesting. Thank you, Miss. Thank you for sparing your time here and giving a very wonderful session to all our amazing delegates. And at this time, we would like to thank all our partners who has partnered up with us. So we have Arona Digital as our deluxe partner. We have Home Tree as our youth partner. And we have UK Cards as our printing partner. And we have MediaLearn as our digital media partner. And Gumdrops as our gift partner. And also Finer. So thank you, partners, for partnering up with this event to make this a success. And delegates, I do have a small, something very interesting for y'all, guys. So we have a contest for y'all, okay? This contest is being held by Home Tree Co-working. So the contest is that y'all have to write a small content based on the criteria which will be given to y'all very shortly in your WhatsApp groups. So you'll have to write in a small content, and the top 3 contestants here will get paid internships from Home Tree Co-working space. So this is actually a very great opportunity for you all, guys. So the flyers will be shared very soon. And also, guys, there's also one more contest for you all. So that is that. So now you all have learned how to make flyers from Miss Juliana Jay. So now you all know how to make flyers, how to make marketing flyers and all. So just to check on your knowledge, and an interesting contest is for you all. So we'll be sharing a form, a Google form. In that you can put in your questions that you want to ask from Miss Juliana Jay, and she will be there to help you out through emails. And also you can submit your first marketing flyer, which you all have made right now, like along with Miss Juliana Jay. So this is a great opportunity for you all, guys, to put in your flyers, like which you all have made, your first flyers. So the links will be shared shortly. And once again, I would like to take this opportunity to thank Ms. Juliana Jay to come for this session and to make it more interesting to our delegates. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, it's my pleasure to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you.
So, yes, so delegates now, okay, how can we get that? So recordings will be shared to you all very soon after the series. like after the 4-day series, you will get all the recordings. So no worries on that. So you all can still again, refresh your memories. I mean, like, how to design everything. So you can have a small recap very soon. And also guys, you will have a small recap in a magazine, which will be posted right after the event series. It's called the Toolkit magazine. There you will get a post recap, like on a whole recap on the whole 4-day series. So wait for that as well. So once again, reminding you all our partners for the event, Home Tree as our youth partner, Arona Digital as our deluxe partner, UKE Cards as our printing partner, Medialand as our digital media partner, and Gumdrops as our gift partner, and Fine Earth as also our gift partner. Thank you, everyone. And also, guys, if you all have any questions, you all can put it on the forms, which is put on the chat right now by Vindhya Fernando, our OCVP for delegates. So the Google Forms link is on the chat right now. So you all can upload your first marketing flyer, which you all have posted right now. So like the best ones will be featured in our Toolkit magazine also. So thank you guys. Thank you for joining in, and hope you all had a great session. So tomorrow we will be having another interesting session for you all guys. So join for that too. And yeah, stay safe. Good night, guys. Thanks for joining me.